Hello everyone and welcome back to Crypto Atlas. In this video, I'm going to give you guys my top 10 picks of cryptocurrencies off of Coinbase, the exchange. If you guys are new to the channel, do not forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button. It is greatly appreciated if you guys do that, as well as click the bell icon. And I can't stress this enough, guys. Please make sure that you click the bell icon so that you actually know whenever we have a new video. So I'm doing similar videos like this on the channel from time to time. I mainly do breakdowns of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and what's going on in the charts with that, as well as I focus separate videos on altcoins, and I also have another one where I do a series playthrough on a cryptocurrency game called Decentraland. So if you guys want to check those out, feel free to on the channel. So I'm going to go ahead and just go over very briefly what some of these coins are, either by reading them off of their website, as they describe it very eloquently, sometimes in brief, as well as sometimes I may also give a little bit of my own feedback onto it. Okay, so we got 10 picks already ready to go here for you guys. Let's go ahead and hop into it. First up we have is Bitcoin. Bitcoin number one on this list. It doesn't matter about the rest of the listings, honestly. I mean, you got Bitcoin number one, Ethereum number two, everything else. Doesn't matter where I mention them at. I just think that they're good picks. So Bitcoin being number one, it is the granddaddy of the cryptocurrencies. It's the leader. It's the go-to one. This is one of your safest bets for these kinds of things. I do want to go ahead and just quickly slip in here and just say that I'm not a financial advisor. So please keep in mind everything I'm sharing is my own opinion on these things. But Bitcoin is the granddaddy king of all the cryptocurrencies, and you got a lot of adoption that's being included in with this. You look at its track record history, it's the highest appreciating asset of all time in human history, right? So this thing is obviously at the very top. It's Bitcoin uses peer-to-peer technology and yada yada. You guys know about Bitcoin. I shouldn't really have to explain this that well. We got separate videos we could do of explaining what Bitcoin is, how it works, all that kind of good stuff. But in short, a lot of people are going towards Bitcoin nowadays, treating it like a store of value, more so as compared to, say, a currency. But what's interesting is you're also seeing the adoption of currencies starting to get included in things like Visa and MasterCard and PayPal, Cash App. So there are things that you can buy with it now, right? And a lot of this stuff, you're also seeing it kind of being converted from the Bitcoin to making it more convenient for these merchants to dollars. So like PayPal is doing this, and I think Bybit is another one of these exchanges that was doing something like that for Starbucks recently. And yeah, overall Bitcoin, very good option for sure to have if you guys don't have anything in it and you think that maybe it's more worthwhile for you to invest into all these other altcoins because you missed the boat on Bitcoin. Bitcoin still has plenty of room to grow. You take a look at stuff like Plan B's stock to flow model, and you guys can see that overall, because of the supply shortage, that supply cut that takes place every 4 years, we are looking at a really good formula suggesting that we've got plenty of room to grow. And if you guys think $60,000 is the top, I hate to break it to you, 99.99% sure you're wrong. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So this is the second one on the list. Again, doesn't matter where their places are on this list. This is just 10 different cryptocurrencies. So number two we have is Ethereum. Ethereum utilizes a lot of things with the smart contracts. It's also originally built off of to help support things like Bitcoin. What's also really interesting with Ethereum is that you don't exactly have a lot of total supply right here. Recently, they were talking about Ethereum 2.0, new updates. We're seeing some more of these updates coming in the near future to try and help optimize it. One of the problems as of the time of this video, is the gas fees. So when you do transactions with Bitcoin, for example, you have the validators, and that goes through a process in which the miners, essentially the validators that are through this, they can get paid something for allowing that transaction to take place. Similarly, with Ethereum, we have what's called gas fees, but these gas fees are outrageously high. I mean, way high. I'm not talking like, oh, it's $1 fee or something. I tried to buy something that was $40 worth of a cryptocurrency recently, and the gas fee to try and do that was over $2,000. So obviously that's not efficient, right? So they're working on that, and I'm really excited to see the updates that they have with that. There's also staking mechanics that are coming out more often now with these sort of things. Taking that off of circulating supply allows the opportunity for the price to accrue more in value. And overall, just an awesome project. You see a lot of NFT things now, the non-fungible tokens, and that's being built off of stuff with the Ethereum network. So, very exciting. Ethereum is definitely on my list as well of some other cryptocurrency you guys can focus on. Right? And it's decentralized as well. You got a nice development team that's really been working hard on this kind of stuff, and got a lot of people that off on the mining side also focused on this as well. A lot of stuff are built off of Ethereum too, by the way. Next up is Orcid, aka OXT. This is one of my favorite altcoins. It's also a low-priced cryptocurrency as of the time of me making this video. It's less than $1. Recently, it actually had passed, depending on what exchange that you look at it on, over $1 before retracing back a little bit, and it's not the first time it's done that. So this looks like a good opportunity to try and get in before it decides to go full on parabolic. Some other things about Orcid is that it is focused on the VPN space as of right now. Sorry, something is irritating my nose, and I can't seem to get it off my nose. Sorry, guys. And so you take a look at Orcid, you get the VPN industry space. It's using a lot of nano payment technology, and it's something that's still in its sort of early stages. So like, for example, you got the app you can get for your phone. They are working on updating to be more integrated in for Windows soon. There's already something that's kind of out there, but they're trying to revamp it a little bit, make it more integrated in for that, more smooth and seamless. And they also are planning on trying to expand out into other marketplaces besides just VPNs. But VPNs are definitely at the top of their list right now. So for those simple reasons, I'm really excited for it. They're the leader in the cryptocurrency space as far as the VPN world goes, and trying to do, cryptos and decentralization regarding that. So I think VPNs and cryptocurrencies match pretty well in tandem. Something else to keep in mind is that this doesn't exactly have a very big total supply. 1 billion may sound like a lot, but when you start to compare it to a lot of these other cryptos that are out there, by comparison, it's not that bad. It's really not. Chainlink, for example, which is something I will be discussing here in just a little bit, is another one of the cryptocurrencies that is on this kind of position right here with 1 billion in total supply, and it's got a really nice price going on. So the potential for Orcid's growth looks really well. And yeah, you guys can see their website right here. I'll include links to all of these websites in the description. So if you guys really want to go more in depth into each of these cryptos, you can feel free to go and explore their actually associated based websites. All right, moving on. Next up is Filecoin, aka FIL. Now, Filecoin is actually pretty interesting. It works very similarly to StoreJ. So I'm going to go ahead and read off of their website for these ones so you can hear the specifics and how they actually explain their own cryptocurrencies, and then you can be able to tell the differences between them. In short, this works with the storage space based on your end as a client and your contributions thereof, and then allowing it to essentially help with the network space itself. So Filecoin is a decentralized storage network designed to store humanity's most important information. That's one of the biggest things that they have built off of for their website. And in comparison, if we head on over to the StoreJ, it allows you to host a node. It says that they pay node operators for their unused storage and bandwidth, making decentralized storage possible for tardigrade.io customers. Put your extra space to use and start earning today. You can also do stored data, upgrade your storage layer in the world's first S3 compatible decentralized cloud storage solution. Tardigrade is 100% secure, more affordable, and more reliable. So obviously I'm reading these off of the actual website themselves. It also has a little disclaimer up top on here. Well, not disclaimer, but like description. It says, join thousands of node operators and developers experiencing the faster, safer, more affordable object storage alternative, all made possible by a massive global network of nodes on the StoreJ network. So something to keep in mind that's actually kind of exciting. You take a look at the price of Filecoin. It's at $153.86. And you see the scale of which this has been growing. So it's definitely a leader in this position space. Its maximum supply is actually 2 billion. Total supply is 64 million. Circulating supply right now is about the 64 million or so. You go take a look at StoreJ. And with StoreJ, you've actually got less. So circulating supply depends on how you look at it. You got circulating supply 255 million. Maximum supply, there's nothing that's identified with that. Okay, total supply is 424 million. And as far as price goes, this is much cheaper as compared to Filecoin. I still think Filecoin is something that is very worthwhile to look into and to have inside of your portfolio. Depending on how your financial situation is, even if you got one of these kinds of things, if this thing does anything similarly like what we see with Ethereum and stuff, it could very well in the future pass 4 digits. Just keep that in mind. So with that 4-digit breakthrough, with it being around $200 right now, you're looking at about 5 times, right? Just to hit $1,000, have to 5 times roughly from where it's at. And by doing so, you'd be looking at over $50 billion worth of evaluation for this company. You take a look at a lot of these other companies out there. You look at things like Google and Apple, and I know, sorry, I'm stumbling over my words. I'm trying to talk kind of fast. I know those companies are more established, they're more secured, they've more accredited in what they've done, more users, all that kinds of things. I'm not saying Filecoin is going to go to $1,000 tomorrow, right? But I think for its potential to hit a $1,000 price point, look at where it's at already and what it's been able to accomplish. And we're still in the early stages of this industry space, and how this is going to be adopted is so exciting. So even though Storj is something that's very similar in regards to this, and Storj is much cheaper of a price, that does not mean that you should discredit Filecoin in itself. So I definitely have Filecoin on my list. I've got, Storj on the list as well. And moving on, we have the next one. This is Decentraland. So with Decentraland, it's also used as, it's also known as Mana. And in Decentraland, it's a VR world kind of a thing. They don't actually have VR capabilities with the headset yet, as far as I'm aware. I've tried looking into that a little bit, and I haven't seen that. But it gives off that vibe. Like, you can go into a first-person point of view. You do a lot of things. You guys can see even a little bit of the demo gameplay that's going on in the background here. They got a lot of cool stuff. They can do live events in there. They got mini games that you can build in your own plots of land. They do a ton of things with advertising NFTs now. That's really hot as of this moment in time. And so you could buy the plots of land, or you could even get a larger section, which they call an estate. And, you can look at it from a real estate perspective view of a digital currency as this game continues to grow. Or you could look at it in a lot of other regards. There's a lot of playability factors in there. You can customize the clothes on your character, buy it from other locations, and there's tons of fun stuff. So Decentraland as a digital cryptocurrency-based game, a decentralized game, and that sort of second life element, I think is definitely something that should also be on the radar. Up next is the Graph. Okay, so the Graph, when it first launched on Coinbase, this thing super took off. And you guys can see it's actually holding its own very well. It's over $2 billion already for the market capitalization. Maximum supply is a bit on the higher side. I mean, that's over 10 billion right there. Circulating supply is actually looking at over 1 billion already. So it's suggesting it's about 12% right here. Total supply, it's suggesting is also 10 billion right there. So you got a lot. However, what it's being used for is pretty extraordinary. I'm going to go ahead and once again read off of the website here, also to hopefully conserve a little bit on time for things. APIs for a vibrant decentralized future. The Graph is an indexing protocol for querying networks like Ethereum and IPFS. Anyone can build and publish open APIs called subgraphs, making data easily accessible, right? So this is one of the big key things right here. Wait, no, that's not it. Where'd the other one go? There was another disclaimer thing they had. I guess that just changed. What happened to it? I'll go ahead and read this other part for you guys. A global graph, QLAPI, subgraphs can be composed into a global graph of all the world's public information. This data can be transformed, organized, and shared across applications for anyone to query with just a few keystrokes. So you're seeing this benefit a lot of different areas for sure. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one. Uniswap. Absolutely love the idea of Uniswap. Uniswap is another one of those coins that's just going full on parabolic here. And the beautiful thing is with Uniswap, guys, is that if you're not on an exchange that offers a cryptocurrency, but you really want to acquire that cryptocurrency, instead of having to move to another country so that you legally can use that exchange, because we do have that issue with some of these exchanges. They won't even let you register unless you're in that area. You can actually use Uniswap and do all the conversions for you. So you're essentially putting in what crypto that you want, and then it finds a way to find the middleman and handles the whole transaction for you. And then you end up getting the receipt of that cryptocurrency that you were trying to get. One thing I want to note for you guys is, again, this is as of the time of this video. From what I could tell, Uniswap is only accessible from their website. Do not try to download Uniswap on your phone. There is some sort of copycat that makes themselves look like they're Uniswap, but they have a slight variation in their format and their name and everything, but they make it look like they are Uniswap. I don't trust that. The reviews on it are super shady. So if you guys want to use Uniswap, first off, go check out their website. If they add an app in the future, great. I would just go through their website anyways to see the link to that mobile app to fully validate it. Okay, so I just want to give you guys that heads up. But the ability to be able to do this without needing to go to other exchanges, I think is absolutely wonderful. Next up you have is Chainlink. Now Chainlink, another cryptocurrency going super parabolic with things. They've been partnering with so many different companies. Like, just for example, there was a hotel company. I'm trying to remember the name of it specifically. I think it was Travalga. I forgot the name. It's something like that, okay? But it was actually announced last year that you could now go to their hotels and be able to pay for your stay using Chainlink. That's just one example. Orcid, also something I mentioned earlier. Chainlink and Orcid have worked together. Chainlink has been working together with other cryptocurrencies. Really, really interesting based project. I'm going to read a little bit off of their website here. It says, connect your smart contract to the outside world. Chainlink's decentralized Oracle network provides reliable, tamper-proof inputs and outputs for complex smart contracts on any blockchain. All right, again, on any blockchain. That is absolutely awesome. These guys are tearing it up. Last one I have on my list, this is going to be number 10, guys. This is Basic Attention Token, the BAT token. It's now over $1.30. Same thing. You guys can see this thing's just gone full on parabolic with itself. The circulating supply is over 1 billion. It's about 1.5 billion for total supply right there. Maximum supply not being identified. Now, what's really awesome, first off, is that I'm using the Brave browser. Just so you guys know, if you guys can't tell, I'm using the Brave browser. You take a look right up here, you can see this little lion looking thing, and that's actually to be able to have your like ad blocker on and stuff. But by using this browser, you can actually earn the Basic Attention token just for using the internet, right? So as long as you don't have the ad blocker, the shield up kind of a thing, then over time, you're essentially getting exposed to ads, but you're getting paid for seeing those ads. Normally, we're used to what idea? It's the fact that the websites that run the ads, they get paid. And then you're just having to kind of deal with everything, and they collect all your personal data and stuff. So what's great is Brave is not really focusing on that. The Basic Attention token is something not only can you earn by watching the ads, you can technically donate it to other content creators, which if you guys wanted to, you could do it with me. I'm still not fully aware of the in-depth mechanics of how to do that. But yeah, I do have something already set up with Uphold so that I have the storage of my Basic Attention tokens, and there's something you can go further in depth with that. And what's cool is that you could actually integrate that in with, I've seen it over on the Twitter side too, which is pretty cool. So Basic Attention token looking absolutely beautiful. And the last thing I want to touch base with this too is that Brave is also looking to not only have a browser now, they've already recently announced that they're doing a search engine, a decentralized search engine to try and compete against the big boy Google, right? So Basic Attention token and how it could be integrated in with that is definitely something that's going to be interesting, and I think it should be on your radar along with all these other cryptocurrencies. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video on that note. I know this went off kind of long here, but hopefully that's enough of an in-depth experience showcase for you guys on these cryptos to at least get you started. Again, I'll have the links to all these things in the description, so if you want to go to their websites and find out more, you guys can. If you do not currently use Coinbase, I have a referral link in the description that you can use, and that will help you get jump started. You can actually get some potential bonus cryptos by using that referral link, and it would help me out too, obviously. And I plan on doing separate videos where I do my top picks on some of the other exchanges as well, and other fun things, topics like that, maybe some really hidden gems that just like nobody seems to really be aware of yet, and why those could be so huge. And if those prices are really low, again, you can look at something like Uniswap now to potentially be able to acquire those things. And be careful when you go with Uniswap. I actually want to add this in too. Another thing is that validate that the crypto that you're trying to trade for on Uniswap is legitimate. There's a resource you can go to for that to validate that the exchange of that crypto that you're trying to acquire is legitimate, because there have been these fake listings on there and you think that you're getting this crypto, but instead you're getting another one. And so there's codes that are associated with it. So that part I don't really care for, and I'm hoping maybe they can find some way to kind of refine that down a little bit more. But anyways, guys, that's going to go ahead and do it for this episode. A bunch of referral links to other things too. Gemini and Coinbase, as I mentioned. BlockFi. You can earn up to $250 in bonus crypto by using my affiliate link there. In addition to that, I've also got Webull and Robinhood if you guys want to get started with some stock stuff. Please do not forget to subscribe, to hit the thumbs up like button. Definitely would be appreciated if you do that. And very importantly, most importantly, click the bell icon so that you know when we have a new video. Let me know in the comments which one of these that you guys are most excited for. And if there's any cryptos I didn't have on the list that you think maybe I should have on the list, or that you have on your list, then tell us in the comments. Thank you guys so much for being here, being a part of this community, and I will see you in the next episode.